Scotch, bourbon, and rye. If they like a bottle, they'll tell you why.
Okay, would you say this is like leaving the monkeys in charge of the bananas?
I think so. I think they, I don't see a bung puller anywhere around here. They
were smart. They were
very
smart.
Very smart. But you can still smell it. Like when you walk into this room, it just smells so good. Like
It's actually before you walk into this room.
It like hits you.
Yeah, you can smell it from like 20 feet away. You're like, oh, what is that deliciousness?
And it's cool. You can't really see it, but it is open to the elements a little bit and like all those sorts of things.
Oh,
so
there's breathing happening.
Yeah,
here.
it's good. It's good.
I don't think we should be in here for too long. We would pass out. So welcome.
Welcome to another episode of Trenny and C. I'm Trenny. This is C.
Hello.
We are at the Shelter Point Distillery today, and we are on location in a bunch of different places. One of them being here this
The aging warehouse.
Amazing warehouse full of barrels, aging whiskey. Very exciting for us. Mm-hmm. We love this stuff. But in front of us, we have this one. This is actually kind of a relatively new one to the lineup, and this is called the Blacktail. It's Canadian Rye Whiskey.
Maybe do a zoom.
Here, you do. I'll do a zoom. You can kind of.
So this one's a little bit different because right on the back of the bottle, it tells you that it's rye blended with our other whiskeys. So there are actually 3 whiskeys in here. You've got rye.
Yep.
You've got single grain.
Yep.
And you've got single malt.
Yep.
So you have unmalted and malted
and then
rye.
Yeah,
so
and
it's kind of wild.
Yeah, so I think it's one of those things that when you think of Canadian rye, a lot of people think of it as 100% rye or whatever. So this is
the bubblegummy rye.
Yeah, this is a bit different than that level of maybe intensity in your ryes because it's been dialed down with some of these other whiskeys.
But this is 46% non-chill filtered, natural color. It's done the Shelter Point way.
Yeah.
So it's done right, but it is right off the nose. You can tell like this is kind of a different animal.
This is different than anything I've had from these guys. That's for sure.
And I think that we were a little shocked when we first had our little taster of it because we didn't realize what this really was. We did walk into it thinking that this was going to be 100% rye, a traditional rye.
Yeah.
But it's more of like when you sniff it, to me, it's like smells like kind of fruity single malt.
Yeah, there's the fruit vibe on there, and I think we've said it with all of them. There is a bit of that like floral kind of aspect. There is a little bit of
notes,
a soapy kind of nose to it too. Like,
but it's got the it's got this tart tang that I think that the rye brings to it.
For sure. And it's I'm getting the nose in here, and then as soon as I take my nose out, you can kind of smell the warehouse.
Yeah.
So, but it also...
it smells like the air
But it also kind of does. Like, you see when you're in a place like this, the kind of the terroir and how it all affects it, and then you actually can breathe it in. You're like, oh yeah, it makes sense what's in the glass.
Yeah,
then.
exactly. So that's on the nose.
Okay, let's
give it a taste.
So I think what's kind of neat is whiskey drinkers can get into this one, but it's I think the idea is to kind of pull people into getting into whiskey. You're not gonna, if you're intimidated by like a straight up single malt or any of those sorts of things, getting into this is like a kind of nice entry point.
You know what it tastes like to me? It tastes like if I had a single malt that was super peppery.
Yeah,
it's like a black peppered single malt whiskey.
Yeah, there's pepper on there for sure. I think some of the notes that we talked about on the nose are on the palate as well. And it kind of, what's the percentage? Is it 46? Yeah, 46%. So it is very mouth coating.
Yeah.
And there's...
The viscosity is like, it's kind of like a heavy viscosity.
Yeah, I was going to say I usually don't think of like a rye style as really heavy.
Yeah.
But this has some density to it.
Yeah, it's beefed up. But there's, this is,
the classic honeys are on the front. Like that sweetness is there. But it's
right now I'm lingering in the finish.
Yeah, it's a long finish.
It's a long finish.
It's a bit of a peppery finish.
I was gonna say it's kind of charry, kind of peppery. It's got that's where you like when you like, is it when you eat a sour candy or something and you like kind of like scrunch your tongue up and it almost kind of hurts, like it gives you a little bit of, I can kind of feel that in my mouth, like it's making my salivary gland.
It's like
My salivary glands and my jowls are humming.
it's like when I'll like walk by a vending machine and see a bag of salt and vinegar chips, and all of a
Yes!
sudden my
That's
like,
what it is. It has the salt and vinegar kind of finish, not in the flavor, but the feel.
Yeah.
It feels like I ate a bag of salt and vinegar chips.
That's right.
Right?
It's true. Yeah. But it's funny because that's not the flavor profile at all.
No, it's not.
You know, because as soon as you sip it again, you go, oh, there's that sort of sweetness and honey, then it goes into the floral, then the peppery, and then the pepper.
Yeah.
It's actually like a salt and pepper.
And maybe it's like a dry pepper. But anyway, so this is a fun one. It's definitely different. So just know what you're getting into, because if you think that it's going to be similar to a lot of the other ryes you've ever had, it's not. If you think it's going to taste like a single malt, it's kind of not. It's definitely a hybrid
Somewhere
whiskey.
in the middle, yeah.
It's like a
not
hybrid whiskey.
That typical Canadian whiskey feel, you know?
But I think what's fun is trying a new whiskey that doesn't compartmentalize with everything that you've ever known, right?
Doesn't fit in a box, and that's why we love doing whiskey reviews, because when you finally find something that is a bit different, some people, they're afraid of something different, but in reality, you kind of like to get into it a bit more and like kind of study it and really find out what it's about.
It reminds me of that meme where, like, when it's always like when people are thinking, they show that lady with all those math calculations happening behind.
Yeah.
You sip it and then it's like,
By the way, is that Sandra Bullock in that?
I don't know. I don't think it is.
I don't know. I don't know either.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well,
Anyways,
click like, subscribe, leave a comment. Cheers.
cheers.